Joe Bailey's Drive Show on Phoenix FM.
Yes, so my guest today took on a mission to play every golf course in Essex. Paul Jackson isn't just chasing birdies, no, he's giving us the lowdown on all things golf. Paul, hello.
Hello, thanks for having me. I can't believe I'm on radio.
Paul, listen, you've been in for about 20 minutes already, and I love the energy as well that you're bringing, to be fair.
Thank you very much. I know I've been snooping around your studio, just trying to work out what the whole experience is going to be like. I've never been in a radio studio before. I've been on a few radio interviews, but that's been on the phone. I've come into it, I'm going to see the whole experience here. I want to see what Phoenix 98 FM is all about and see all the secrets behind the scenes.
Brilliant. I think you'll be doing my show by the end of our chat, to be fair. But listen, Paul, you're a local lad as well, right? You can tell by the accent as well.
I am, yeah. I am indeed. I live literally about 5 minutes from where your studios are in Brentwood. But yeah, I'm based in Essex all my life, or people say London now with Hornchurch, Hornchurch Romford area. But I see myself as an Essex lad, to be fair. So rather than a Londoner.
Yeah, I'm on church with an O and call myself Essex, but there you go.
There
So there's another thing we've got in common, apart from my football club, but that come later. Anyway, listen, Paul, how long have you been swinging the club? That's the right terminology, isn't it? Well, you've got to pull me up, because I know nothing.
Sort of. I mean,
it's not swinging the club, is it?
We might need to work on your technique a little bit there. The viewers won't be able to see what I'm seeing here.
Right.
But it's all right. It's something to work with. I've been playing golf since a teenager, really. So I started picking up a club, I think, round about the age of 14. I can't really remember the very first specific moment. I remember obviously playing with my dad really young when we did like pitch and putt courses, which they don't really exist anymore. But yeah, so I think I properly took up the game round about sort of 14 years of age, and now only 21. All right, maybe not 21, but it's been a fair few years, and I've grown to love the sport a bit more and more and more. It was never always my first love, golf, but I think now it's a bit of an obsession, to say the least.
Yeah, like I know I keep saying it since I've got in the studio at 3 o'clock. I don't really know much about golf, but people that I do know that play it say it's really good for kind of their mental health as well, because you've got the outside all going on, you've got the nature around you. I mind you, in winter it might be a bit dodgy, to be fair. But do you find that as well, Paul? Does that help you out a little bit?
Oh, absolutely. Yeah, actually, it's my place where I can completely shut off. Genuinely it is. I know people tend to say golf ruins a good walk and all of that kind of stuff, but for me it's my place where I can literally, golf is where I can just focus on one thing in particular. I mean, now with doing content around golf, it is slightly different. I'm now focusing on filming what I'm doing out on the golf course, but that's also a bit of a therapy for me as well, because ultimately it gives me something that I can then share with other people and other audiences as well. So I find it, for me, it's helped me massively with my mental health, and I'm a big advocate for people to sort of take up golf if they're just looking for something that's going to give them a bit of release and give them something to do and take them away from sort of the stresses of the world, really.
So if they're not sure and they think, do you know what, I'm now Googling and having a little bit online, seeing what, so again, give out your Pursuit for Par, aren't you, everywhere?
Pursuit for Par Golf. Got to add the golf on the end.
Golf at the end, yeah.
Pursuit for Par Golf. I've had to change the handles recently. I won't bore you with the details around that, but we had to do it. So it's Pursuit for Par Golf. You can find me on Instagram, Facebook, YouTube, TikTok, all under that same name, basically.
So what made you, Paul, wake up and think, oh hello, I know what I'm going to do. I'm going to play every course in Essex and I'm going to film it and review it?
I have no idea. So I must have had a mad moment one morning thinking that would be a good idea. But I think it kind of stems from, if I'm honest, I've realised that living where I live in Brentwood, we have quite a few golf courses nearby, right? There's loads. You've got obviously Brentwood Golf Club, but you've got Hartswood, you've got Thorndon, you've got Heron, Bentley, Maylands, etc., right? But then I realised that even just going a little bit further out from that, I hadn't played quite a few of these golf courses, and I thought, how have I not played these golf courses when I live quite near? So with that and going into doing content creation around golf, because I did start that probably just around about 9 months before, I thought maybe this is the thing that I need to sort of start doing and sharing with people. And seeing if I can actually complete. I mean, even when the idea came up, I had no idea how many golf courses there were in Essex. That has surprised me quite a bit. And then trying to work out what qualifies as a golf course in Essex as well, because there is a few things that you have to kind of consider with that. But yeah, it's a bit of a mad one, if I'm honest. But ultimately, we're here where we are, and we started the journey, and I've now got to complete it.
Yeah, well, you just think, when you said about that, about different golf courses, to someone who don't play golf, and a lot of us don't, to be fair, but will be now, I'm sure, be picking up a
I hope
club.
so.
Is that it? Because of you and your influencing. Is that right? Am I doing that right? Oh, here we go.
Influencer, or I would say I'm more of a content creator, and that sounds something that I was going to explicitly say there, but yeah, but no, I'm more of a content creator. I'm trying to create experiences and showcase to people like what there is out there effectively, rather than trying to influence you to go to somewhere. It's all about actually, this is what's out there, this is my experience. You can either try it or you don't have to effectively, but at least you're getting an idea of what you're basically going to get yourself into, and it's opening up the idea of maybe going to different places that I think a lot of people might just not do, believe it or not. I think they get stuck in their ways a little bit, or maybe get stuck to one particular place, and then they might get a little bit frustrated with that one particular place for whatever reason. So it's given off an opportunity really to go and try all these different golf courses out. That's on their doorstep. It's exactly what I've gone out and done, and it's been an absolutely amazing experience so far, to be honest.
Yeah, I mean, it's great stuff, because obviously, like, you know, I've started following you. It's one of those things, then you realise you're going through all your videos, because I'm like, goodness me, I'm looking at all of them. It's one of those things you can't stop looking at, to be fair. And what I love about it, it's not just about, like, the golf courses, and you're not doing about how long they are. Again, I know nothing, as you can tell, and all that. But you're also sort of like, there's one bit that I saw, and I was laughing out loud. You were digging into someone else's sort of like packed lunch. That's what I love about it, to be fair. You know, it made it more real as well. And, you know, because there is always that person that brings along the snacks, right?
Yeah, that's Stuart in this case. I'm going to give him a shout out, Stuart. He has a habit of bringing food that might not necessarily be in dates. That is part of the problem. I have to dig him out on this, because he'll go, do you want a Mars bar? And that sounds great after 9 holes, and then you take a bite out of it and you go, well, that don't taste that great. You look at the date and it's about 6 months out of date, and I go, Stuart, what are you doing here? Like, why are you giving me this? And then he does it again the following week and the following week. Look, it's just part of the experience, I suppose, when you play with different people. You've got different. I think that's another thing that golf brings, actually. It's an opportunity to play with different personalities and different people from all walks of life, really, and different ages as well. Like Stuart, I just mentioned there, he's in his 60s. I'm not. I'm in my 30s.
21 again.
I'm 20. No, we're right. We won't lie this time. We're in 30s. We won't say any more than that. But yeah, like, I mean, ultimately, it gives you the opportunity to basically play with different people from all walks of life, all different ages, and that's all part of the fun of it, I think, personally.
Well, you've smashed some sort of like misconceptions that I had really at golf as well, and the people that play it. And I think that's what I love about yours. You're not just going along to review the golf course and say, well, this is great for this swing or whatever you call it. But, you know, it's everything else that's involved. You make it really real. And that's what I love about it. It's fun as well. And, yeah, again, down to sort of like, I think you had like egg and avocado as well the other day on toast, you know. So, yeah.
That's me being healthy. That's my version of being healthy. No, it is. I mean, to be honest with you, like I am doing kind of a review, but I think people get very scared with the word review, especially if it's the golf club themselves, because they probably get a little bit like, oh no, what's he going to say bad about it? But it's not always necessarily what you're going to say bad about it. It's all about what you're going to get for your money, effectively, right? And I think a lot of golf courses, in my experience, they probably charge a fair rate, to be honest with you. But it's letting people know what that might look like. Now, with the food and stuff, I love to try out the food, because I think that's part of the experience. And I will say now, for anyone who isn't even a golfer, and you want a half decent lunch, maybe even dinner or even breakfast, go and try at your local golf club, because genuinely the food is pretty decent and it's normally very well priced as well. I know that I'll vouch for most places I've been to so far on that. So you don't even need to be a golfer to sometimes go to these golf clubs. you can actually go and have a bit of lunch there, have a decent bit of lunch, and probably get quite good value for money for it as well.
Yeah, but you also, as well as doing that, you go to the golf ranges as well. So you're kind of, so it's not just that. So it's for someone who's just starting out as well.
Yeah.
It's a really good kind of insight of where people can start as well.
Yeah, I think it's really important. I mean, this time of year in particular, where we've had a lot of golf courses struggle to stay open because of the weather. Like, it's been really, really wet. Luckily, last few days, it's been quite nice. This is kind of the weather we want to start seeing, guys. Like, we want to see a bit of sunshine and not so much rain in that. But in between all of that, where you can't play on the golf courses, you need somewhere to keep ticking your game along, right? So going to these ranges, or going to like some now, like indoor simulators, which some of them are absolutely amazing. Like, genuinely, like, I've been blown away how good they are.
Is it as good though?
It's not as good in the sense of maybe if you want to go out for a walk and stuff, but actually if you want like an hour or 2 hours and have a real sort of premium experience of like, actually like some of these simulators, you can go and play some of the best golf courses in the world, right? So it's an opportunity to try them out in that respect without getting rained on, and you can have a little drink on the side as well. It's all nice, like that's all part of the experience. But I mean, for me, I think it's really important. Like, that's the other side of golf as well that I think is quite interesting, is how people get better at it. So going to these venues, they offer the opportunity for you to actually improve your game. So you can actually then, when you go on the golf course, you're feeling more confident about your game, and you know that you can actually produce the shots that you need to like produce at the different levels that you might be effectively. Even if you are someone who's a high handicapper / beginner, going to these venues and maybe even getting lessons potentially. I will recommend, if anyone wants to take up golf, do try and get lessons as well, because that's going to help you massively. But it's all part of the journey and the process of learning the game and falling in love with the game as well.
Yeah, so what is your handicap then?
My handicap at the moment is, I think it's around about 5.2. It was a little bit lower before Christmas, but I've come back after Christmas and it's been a bit of a struggle, to be honest with you. So I've not been playing as well, but I've not also been playing as frequent on a golf course because of the weather as well. But yeah, it's not bad. I mean, considering this time last year, I was playing off of about 12, I think it was.
Oh.
So I've come down quite a lot in a year.
Yeah.
I think, to be honest with you, I don't know why. There's no explanation for it from October onwards. So effectively, the golf kind of season starts to dwindle around about October time. I started playing really well. At that point, no idea why that's happening. Yeah, so between October and December, I probably played the best golf of my life. It made no sense whatsoever. And then we've had a little break at Christmas, and then it's kind of, golf's going to remind you this is a hard game again. You need to step it up. We're going to make it a little bit more difficult, but it's all part of the fun, isn't it?
Yeah. Have you been abroad to any of the courses and stuff like that?
Yeah.
Obviously, because Northern Ireland is really well known.
I've never been to Northern Ireland. I've got to be honest. I've been to Scotland. I've played some really good golf courses in Scotland. I've played. There's a course you might have heard of called St Andrews.
Yeah.
I've played that. I played that a few years ago. Played up in Aberdeen way, sort of Royal Aberdeen, Cruden Bay. So I've played some really good courses in Scotland. But when I go abroad, I tend to go to places like Portugal quite a lot.
Yeah.
I played quite a lot of golf courses in Portugal, especially in the Algarve area and sort of out towards Lisbon. And I also played a few courses out in America, in particular Las Vegas, years ago. So I've done a bit. Oh, I'll tell you one I've got to mention. This is a hidden gem for anyone. So I know there'll be quite a few viewers out there that will go on holiday to Crete. They've got one full-length golf course out there. It is a hidden gem in Europe. It is very, very good. So if you are someone who likes their golf and you're going on a little family holiday and you want like maybe a morning to yourself, get yourself down to Crete Golf Club. And I've not been paid to plug that.
Yeah.
I just want to promise you all of that. But ultimately, like, it's one of, if you're talking about courses to go abroad, I highly rate it, and I don't think many people know about it.
I know all that, you see. I know nothing like that. Now I want to buy some clubs and just go on a plane and do all that now, to be fair. But listen, Paul, have you ever, like in Essex mainly, have you ever sort of like been to somewhere and thought, wow, actually, this is pretty good, I didn't realise that this was here. Have you ever had a wow moment like that?
I think there's a lot of places, especially places where I've never been to before. So I've on this journey of playing every golf course in Essex, and I've still got a fair bit to go on it, but the ones where I've never been there before, there's always a surprise element for me. And it doesn't necessarily mean that it's the most amazing golf course you'll ever play, right? But ultimately, sometimes what I get is a lot of people message me their view and their perception of what a golf course might look like, or how it is, or condition wise. But then when you get to your own experience of it, it can change, and it can be, mostly for me, it's changed for the better. Like, I think there's a lot of golf courses in Essex that are a bit underrated. Yes, there's struggles that a lot of golf clubs have in terms of like trying to manage a golf course and a golf club in general. But yeah, I think for me, like a lot of the courses where I've never played them before, I've been pleasantly surprised, to be honest with you, truth be told.
So there's so much more I want to ask you about, but I'm loving all these kind of little hidden gems as well that you got for us. So have you got anything for someone who might be listening, always kind of fancied it, thought, oh, do you know what, it's not me, you've got to be sort of upper class or middle class to kind of do that, because that is that perception still, a lot of people still think that. Where would you sort of like direct them to go for the first time to kind of, I suppose there's quite a few though, isn't there?
There is quite a few. I mean, there's different types of golf clubs, I'd say, that have a different kind of, they run very different. That's the way to maybe look at it, they run very differently.
Yeah.
So you will have clubs that are members clubs, right? And they, from the outside, they do look a little bit snobby, but actually when you get inside it, they're not. They're actually more community based than you actually realise, right? They actually are a friendly bunch, but they might have standards where, for example, you might have to wear things in a certain way. You might have to tuck your shirt in, don't wear a cap inside, don't use a mobile phone inside, things like that, right? Which for me, it's fair enough. Sometimes I struggle with that, I'm not going to lie, because I am who I am with that. But there is other places out there that will feel less maybe intimidating from that. I think for me personally, like, it depends where you live in Essex, because I wouldn't say, like, if you live one end of the Essex and one end of Essex, I wouldn't say go to that particular place where it's an hour's drive. It's no point for that. I'd really sort of open up to look at different places near where you live and go to the driving range there, have a little sort of like swing on. That's where I firstly start, is get on the driving range, start getting into just sort of hitting a few golf balls and stuff like that. Maybe go and get some lessons to see if you can learn the game. Then eventually you'll have the confidence then to take it out onto the golf course. And then the golf courses, like, they're all, to be honest with you, in Essex, most of them are pretty open to like visitors playing in general, any time of the week, and just go and find them places really. I mean, the ones that I like, particularly, if you look at where I live in Brentwood in particular, I would say if you're looking for something that's not too costly, something like Hartswood Golf Club, I think, which is a Brentwood cancelled run course. It's a really nice golf course in the summer. Like, I think it's a very underrated golf course, in fact. But then you've got places like Herring Country Club, which have an amazing academy there, a really good academy where people are learning the game there, and they've got really good practice facilities there. And that's the sort of place that for me would definitely be worth sort of going and trying out and learning the game from there really. But it's just, you're absolutely right. I think a lot of people do get intimidated by maybe the stigma of golf a little bit, but I think that's removing quite quickly. I do believe it's becoming more open to anyone trying it out and accepting that people are going to start playing and they might not be that good, but that's fine. Yeah. That's absolutely fine.
But you're helping with that ultimately as well by the way you are, really. Yeah. You know, you're no different to me and you sitting here. We could be in a cafe or a pub, and I think we wouldn't be changing to what we see here online as well. Do you know what I mean? So I just think, and I think that's the beauty of Pursuit for Par Golf. I've got that right.
Yeah, you're spot on there. Well done.
But I think that's what makes a difference. And do you know what? I can't believe how quick the time's going already. Listen, Paul, we're going to have to get you back in studio as well, right? To find out more about everything else that's going on.
100%.
You're going to visit any others, or are you going out a little bit further, are you soon? Or
we've got a few things. There's a few. I'm obviously doing a series called Rangefinder, which is a new series round about playing places that, or going to places that you can do practice. So whether it's a driving range or simulator, but the really good ones you can go to. So I'm going to a few places in the next week or so. We're even going as far out as Cheltenham, believe it or not, to sort of see a few places there, which I think is going to be very exciting. But yeah, so we've got that. In terms of golf courses, I've got a few things kind of coming up in the next couple of weeks. We've had to have a little bit of a pause on it because of the weather and giving basic golf courses a bit of a chance to actually like get over the extreme wet weather that we had in February as well. So I'm hoping to get back out on the golf course a lot more sooner. So do stay tuned if you want to see more stuff like that. I did do one course recently, Royal St George's, by the way. I want to shout that out. It's the #1 course in England. I was blown away how good that was. I've just done a video on that, so if you want to see what that might look like potentially, that's only in Kent as well, so it's very accessible for a lot of people in Essex to go and do it. And if you're a big keen golfer, lover of golf, like someone who's an absolute nut of it, it's a bucket list place to go and play.
Oh,
Yeah.
one last thing before we do go as well, I want to find out, I've got the song all lined up for you. Now, it might sound silly, right, but I never used to kind of warm up for anything, but even when I'm walking to West Ham now, I have to sort of like limber up a little bit because I've got quite a long walk. Do you do those sort of things in golf as well? Do you have to sort of do some warm-ups and stuff like that?
Yes, I didn't. I was one of these golfers that never took notice of any of that.
Yeah.
And then I hurt my back at the beginning of this year, and I went, right, you get a little bit old for not stretching anymore. So it's very important to get stretching and doing warm-ups and stuff like that. In fact, I'm doing a little bit of content. This is more plugging for me doing content here. I'm doing a bit of content around trying to do like sort of exercises and workouts that are going to help my game effectively, as that, like helping me build a better swing, a quicker speed, a quicker swing and things like that as well. So, but ultimately, yeah, you do need to warm up. But you don't, I mean, look, 10 minutes, little stretch out here and there, and then you're ready to go, basically, aren't you?
Yeah, again, you'll have to come back, give us a few tips, because I need to learn more about stretching, so maybe you can help me out with that.
Absolutely,
as well,
no problem with that.
Fair, yeah. But listen, I know you do other stuff as well, don't you? It's not just pursuit for par golf as well, but if anyone wants to find more information, they can just go there and have a look.
Absolutely, come and follow me. If you're on Instagram, on that, if you Facebook again as well, if you're on there, TikTok, Pursuit for Par Golf as well, and then on YouTube as well. I'm hoping to do a bit more content on YouTube, a bit more longer format stuff that hopefully we can do a little bit more around the golf courses in Essex there, and do something a little bit different potentially, but that's TBC.
Yeah, we'll have to come back.
Yeah.
Give us some exclusive news when you all kick that off. Oh, let's see, I've gone back to the football reference. Never mind. Anyway, listen, Paul, thanks again for coming along. It's been total joy chatting for you. You've really sort of like energised my sort of like want to go and have a go at golf now as well. But listen, I've asked you for a request and we have got lined up. Go on, Paul.
We've got, it's a bit of a random one, but we've got Luther Vandross, Never Too Much.
Thanks again, Paul. Always, you'll have to come back again soon.
Thank you.